You know, what's really weird is the closer my relationship gets with God and Jesus and Buddha. I mean, I don't feel weird saying those names anymore, but I know the connotation they have, so I won't say them too often. But this one is about that. And basically, they see through all time and all space, you know, whatever I'm going to do in my life that I can't even imagine yet. And they already know. But how is that possible? Because then they would know the answers that I'm going to come up with in my brain. But they can't do that because my human mind hasn't come up with it yet, and that's free will. It's crazy. They can't go into my brain and see my future that I'm going to create because they can only see the things that are possible. They can't see the things that I actually create and make happen. They only see possibilities. So the only possibilities that are out there are the possibilities that have already happened and the ones that people are creating in imaginal realms. So the reality, what's really happened, is what we're all still searching for, even God. I mean, that's not going to be good enough for other people because they're like, well, God is everything. Well, no, God itself, the vibration of God, the word God, doesn't know what it is. It just is a vibration that's strong. And the entity that created everything is that. And it acquired that name when people started saying a name, you know, and started calling a name, and it started being the first name. The first thing was like, from somebody making a grunt. I know it sounds silly, but anyway, they told me that the words did, dad, and dude are all based off of me. And a dud is someone who's the opposite of me. Isn't that weird? And a deed is something that Dan did, like that I did, like something that gets done, your deed. And like so they went back and they put me in everything because Dan is a combination of dad and God. And dude was to explain me. My dad called me my whole life, and all the dudes the people that you see called dude are like dudes on TV, and they call dude as a male cow, dude, because they're important, because they eat grass. And I talk to animals and say, what's up, dude, to all everything that I talk to. I know it sounds really weird, but it's my spiritual math. And I can go back in the past to make it, but those are the kind of things that people be like, well, you're just making it up now. And I'm like, I am, because I'm God, and I did make it up. And it's crazy to explain it that way, but it's true. I can go back throughout all time and leave myself messages and put little things in the world that make me laugh every time I hear them to make me believe in myself more. So every time I hear the word Dan, every time I hear the word dad, every time I hear the word did, every time I hear the word dude, I get stronger. Every time someone says dud, that usually means that something didn't work. And it's negative, depending on like if it's a dud. You know, if it's something small that didn't work, it doesn't do anything because I'm stronger than low vibrations. So you can say all kinds of bad things about a dad, but when you say good things about dad, it'll go to me because I'm a good dad. So that positive vibration and that positive word will go towards me. I know it sounds silly, but since I'm tapped into my empathy and tapped into my vibrational sensitivity, it works. Anytime somebody says dad across the world in a good manner, I feel good. I mean, it doesn't show up so like, whoa, oh my God. At first it did, because so much belief and so much energy came to me at once that I was like, oh my God, I came in my pants, because that's what happened. I had so much energy going my way that it was so much for my body to handle. My body wasn't used to it. Like you put too much energy in a car, it can fry the battery. Put too much gas in it, it could drown a tank. You know, pump the brakes too long, you can flood the brakes. Stuff like that. Like you get so much energy, you can fry yourself. You can die. So I had to take a breath, which if you asked my mom, I got all crazy at the beginning of like October, November, and I started getting all crazy and being like, what dimension am I in? And all kinds of weird shit like that. So I was like, I need to lay back a little bit. This is crazy. And I almost lost my connection because I was scared and I didn't understand. Now that I understand, I'm not scared at all. So it's increasing at an exponential rate that I can't even imagine in human form because I have time to deal with. So people aren't going to believe that thing about dad, Dan, and did, and all those kind of things, but it doesn't matter if they do because I know it. And the weird thing is I am God, so I am the person who made those words. I'm the person who made the language. I understand why letters are letters and numbers are numbers. I made them, and I understand them now. But I can't explain that kind of stuff to people because it makes no sense to people who live now. If I explain it to people that were doing it then, of course, they'd be like, yeah, because I'm making the letters. I know that's why, because I did it. I'm like, I know, but how can I explain people that weren't here to make it that I am you? You know what I mean? That's a pretty difficult thing to do, but I'm trying. I love you guys. Peace.